Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy. Last time I caught quite the haul at the Safari Zone, catching 22 Pokemon possible, including 5 duplicates, and I evolved 3 of those duplicates via evolution stones. But now that I have just a few left, I'm going to try to complete my evolutionary stones this episode. I'm going to try to reach Cinnabar Island, too. Now, I'm trying to manipulate my first encounter on both these routes to be well, Weepinbell in blue version and Gloom in red version. I need to catch 2 of these to start. Or I'd be faster to catch 2 of these to start. Alright, caught a Pokeball. It spits out poison powder and immobilizes the enemy, and then finishes it with a spray of acid. The fluid that oozes from its mouth isn't drool. It is a nectar that is used to attract prey. So I'm trying to manipulate the encounter so that it's a second Weepinbell and the second Gloom here. And with Body Slam, I barely hung on there. Seems like these Weepinbells appear to be obsessed with casting poison powder on me. So Weepinbell is not as bulky as Gloom is, which makes sense. The Oddish line in red version is more of a defensive Pokemon, whereas the Bellsprout line is more offensive. So I decided to practice 2 different strategies in weakening Pokemon in this game. Blue using Wartortle, and red using one of my Glooms, which doesn't work terribly well. And of course, still gets the first turn Wake. That's kind of annoying. Capable of copying enemies' genetic code to instantly transform itself into a duplicate of the enemy. So I also need to catch 2 more Oddish, 2 more Gloom, as well as 2 Bellsprouts and 2 more Weepinbells. Now, I don't need to attack this Bellsprout again, just throw a Pokeball at it. A carnivorous Pokemon that traps and eats bugs. It uses its root feet to soak up needed moisture. And those are all the necessary catches on these routes. There's also Pidgey and Pidgeotto, but we can catch a higher level Pidgeotto in a different route. During the day, it keeps its face buried in the ground. At night, it wanders around. Oh shit. So I need 1 more Oddish, and 1 more Weepinbell, 1 more Gloom, 1 more Bellsprout. Well, never mind, for blue version, he just needs 1 more Bellsprout. Oh, I spoke too soon. It's 2 Alright. 1 more Weepinbell, 1 more Bellsprout, 1 more Gloom, 1 more Oddish. And then both games will be done. The reason why I need 2 Oddishes and 4 Glooms, as well as 2 Bellsprouts and 4 Weepinbells, the Oddish and Bellsprout lines are version exclusives. And I need 4 of them so I can evolve them. So I can evolve 2 of the Glooms into 2 of the Weepinbells, and then I can trade the full set to each of the games. Bellsprout got caught. And Blue's poisoned. Blue's Dragonair's poisoned while Red's is paralyzed. And even though Blue's gonna fish ahead of Red, and I'm gonna move Charmeleon to the front of my party this time in Blue version. Get a head start on the party swapping. Super Rod Go. Oh, it's a bite. In both games we'll catch the second Magikarp that we need, and the one that we're going to evolve into Gyarados. Gyarados cannot be found in the wild, so we need to catch the highest level Magikarp and evolve that. So, Red's catching up to Blue, even though Blue is just attacking these pokes. And now both Blue and Red versions are pretty much on par with one another. Its tail fin built is like an elegant ballroom, just giving it the nickname the Water Queen. Blech. So that's it for all the captures in the Fuchsia region. And Blue's gonna stay behind and evolve the 2 Weepinbells I caught into Victory Bells. Red will do that right about now. So now we're going to teleport to the Pokemon Center, while Red evolves his Glooms into Vileplumes. That'll use up the remaining Leaf Stones. In both games, and we can deposit these 2 Mons. I'm gonna withdraw the fossils. But I also need HMO2, which is Fly. And the Water Stones, of course. And even though Red is currently ahead, the reason why Red's ahead is because Red did not do these things. I'm tackling these events in a different order. But at the end, I swap boxes to box 7. The last time I need in both Red and Blue versions are about 5 Super Repels. Blue, meanwhile, is going to be trailing Red here. And it will appear to be that Blue will be trailing Red for a bit of a while. I use a Super Repel here. That was a mistake. I decided to make Charmeleon the lead Pokemon so I could minimize the kind of Pokemon I run, and I already got the Tentacool. And I need Tentacool to be level 30. Unfortunately, I tried over and over again to get a level 30 Tentacool in blue version. I just couldn't, so I decided to just go ahead and manip a level 32 Pidgeotto instead. Alright, Tentacool was caught. Drifts in shallow seas. Anglers who hook them by accident are often punished by singing acid. So, because there are no more version exclusive captures, blue is gonna speed ahead while red captures everything. So I will read Pidgeotto's Pokédex entry as it comes along. And I'm thinking, okay, I was not able to run into the level 30 Tentacool, so maybe I can make something else work. A plan B, as it were. So I decided to capture the high-level mons of Route 21 before I surf down Cinnabar Island. Very protective of its sprawling territorial area. This Pokemon will fiercely peck at any intruder. And on my way to Cinnabar Island, hopefully catch a level 30 Tentacool. That's Blue's strategy. Red doesn't have to worry about that because I caught Tentacool almost immediately. And it needs to be level 30. Any higher or lower will require significantly more EXP to level up than evolve. Level 30 is the lowest level you can possibly find a wild Tentacool at that can evolve with one level up. And oh yeah, I need 2 Pidgeottos. The whole body is swathed with wide vines that are similar to seaweed. Its vines shake as it walks. So I'm trying to manip a Tangela in blue version. Whereas red just needs a Raticate and a second Pidgeotto. The level of the second Pidgeotto doesn't matter. All that matters is that the first Pidgeotto, the one I intend to catch, is level 32. In addition to all this, blue version's because I was not able to run into a level 30 Tentacool, it uses its whiskers to maintain its balance. It apparently slows down if they are cut off. Blue version is going to have to swap out Raticate in its party for the Tentacool eventually. So I'm actively trying to manip the last Pokemon I need, which is a Pidgeotto, which is also level 32. Now red does not have to tinker around with its party too much. I just have to remove Charmeleon, Wartortle, and Mew to make room for the 3 remaining Stone evolutions. And here is where blue finally has a run-in with Tentacool. However, red is gonna follow a different trajectory because I wasn't thinking clearly. And that's by fishing up here in Pallet Town. There are 2 Pokemon that we need to catch. The second Tentacool right here. And the second Pokemon is actually a Poliwag. So I'm teaching Pidgeotto to fly. And I'm trying to move my cursor around to arrive at Pallet Town so I could fully heal. Whereas Red will finish up capturing Poliwag here. This is the new Pokemon that I talked about. Blue is going to do this right now. And interestingly enough, in both Red and Blue, they're going to run out of Super Repel by the time they reach Cinnabar Island. Blue already reached Cinnabar Island, and I already ran out of Super Repel. Its newly grown legs prevent from running. It appears to prefer swimming than trying to stand. Now, because I still need a couple more captures in Route 21, but Super Repel is still in effect, I have to make my way to Cinnabar here in Red version. So Red and Blue are basically acting a bit out of order, and the reason for this is because I'm basically trying up to no encounter back there in Red version, which I didn't need to do in Blue version. So Blue catches Poliwag, yay! And now both games are basically all caught up, with Blue taking a slight lead here for Rattata. Now we need a Rattata and a Pidgey. These are the last two encounters that we need on Route 21 outside of the fishing encounters. Red did over half damage with Scratch, so I had to just lunge a Pokeball and hope for the best. Bites anything when it attacks. Small and very quick, it is a common sight in many places. Last Pokemon is Pidgey. And because of this fast encounter in Blue version, and because I was reading the text, Blue is gonna pull ahead here and never look back. Especially since I started using Mega Punch instead of Scratch. Common sign Forest and Woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up lying sand. And here I need to catch a Horsea, 2 Shellder, and 2 Staryu. Those are the 5 fish encounters I need to catch here on Route 21. Ideally, I could also try capturing them in in Cinnabar Island. But I'm already here, so I might as well just save some time. Blue's already up to his first Shellder. Now to shoot down flying bugs with precision blasts of ink from the surface of the water. Horsea was transferred. Second Pokemon we need to catch, we still need 2 Staryus and 2 Shelders in Red version. Blue version already caught its first Shellder, but still needs 2 Staryus. And then an enigmatic Pokemon that can effortlessly regenerate any appendage it loses in battle. Enigmatic. Bleh. The reason why I'm blitzing through Blue's Pokedex entries is because they're the same in both versions and there's no more version exclusives. And here's our second Staryu in red version. Blue, meanwhile, is about to catch its second Shellder, and I think that will be just about do it. However, Blue still needs to catch its two Shelders, so... Shellder uses withdraw. Its hard shell repels any kind of attack. It is vulnerable only when its shell is open. Just one more Shellder and we're done with Route 121, at least in red version. Blue's already done. And I flew down here to Celadon City to fish up 3 Poliwhirls. These will be my last captures of the episode. And everything else is basically evolutions and gift Pokemon. And Blue learned from Red's mistake and decided to just go dig every turn in order to reduce the number of hits that Charmeleon will have to endure. So Red is now done with Route 21 and can just head down to Celadon City. That's 1 Poliwhirl in Celadon. 2 more to go. Now, why 3 Poliwhirls? One of them I need to obtain in a trade, and the other 2... One is for living decks, and the other is to evolve. So there's the second Poliwhirl. Oh yeah, I forgot Blue picked up the TM for Softboiled. It's a gift, so it counts. So that's 2 Poliwhirls, with 1 more to go in Blue version, whereas Red just caught its first. Capable of living in or out of water. When out of water, it sweats to keep its body slimy. You have a lot of interesting tricks after playing through Red first. I picked up a few time-saving tricks so I could maximize my play session in Blue version. Even so, Blue still had to rely quite heavily on RNG in a lot of places. Now, I flew down to Lavender Town here so I could pick up an item on an island. I was originally planning to come back here so I could catch a level 15 Magikarp here, but saving time here is fine. So Blue is going to get quite the head start. And I think Red is done here. Just need to pick up the TM for Softboiled and we're ready to move on. The Blue version, he's just gonna continue on. My inventory's full, so I can't pick up the TM from Metronome yet, so we're gonna move on talking to this guy, so he could bring one of my fossils to life. That will cost us an inventory space, so good to do that now. But now that I did that, I can now deposit Charmeleon, Wartortle, and Mew, as well as the Raticate I caught, and then add the Pokemon that evolved via Evolution Stone, which are one of the Poliwhirls, as well as Shellder and Staryu. Red will do the same thing, however, his routing will be a little different and pretty sloppy. Shellder evolved into Cloyster. But Staryu is evolving. In total, there will be 8 Pokédex entries I will have to read over at the end of the episode. 7 of which I will inevitably read through in Blue's playthrough, because Blue is so far ahead. Poliwhirl evolved into Poliwrath. With this evolution, it's time to deposit the Evolution Stone Mons. And I need to pick up the level 30 Tentacool, as well as I'm going to choose Charmeleon, Wartortle, and Mew as the 3 Pokemon I deposit to make room for these Stone Evolutions. I'm doing this because I need to change boxes. Box 7 is almost full. And now that we're at box 8, I can deposit Wartortle and Mew, I decided. Charmeleon isn't terribly bothered. So, because I now have inventory space, I can pick up the TM for Metronome. And here is Kabuto. It'll save some time having Kabuto and Omanyte appear in my party. I don't really need Aerodactyl in my party, but that's kind of something that will happen in Red version anyways. Last Pokemon for Blue to catch is Aerodactyl. Just like that, Blue has... I'm completely done with Blue version for now. However, I still need to duplicate Omanyte, Kabuto, and Dragonair, of course. So, I'm going to head back... Well, first I'm going to sell off all the TMs in my inventory. I probably should stay at the PC here, but it ain't gonna matter much. Gotta teach Tentacool, Kabuto, and Omanyte Surf now. It's so obvious that blue's ahead, it's ridiculous. But first I'm going to deposit the Super Rod and the HMs because I don't need them anymore. So I'm going to save right a step away from the PC. And before I use the duplication method, I'm going to read some Pokedex entries. The vast majority of them, in fact. While we wait for Red to catch up. An adept swimming at both the front crawl and breast stroke. Easily overtakes the best even swimmers. And, oh, where is it? Oh, there we are. So live in huge colonies deep in jungles. Although no one has ever returned from there. When attacked, it launches its horns and quick volleys. Its innards have never been seen. There we are. Its central core glows with the 7 colors of the rainbow. Some people value the core as a gem. A ferocious prehistoric Pokemon that goes for the enemy's throat with its serrated saw-like fangs. Pokemon that was resurrected from a fossil. Found in what was once the ocean floor eons ago. Although long extinct, in rare cases it can be genetically resurrected from fossils. And I'm going to deposit Dragonair, Kabuto, and Omanyte so I can duplicate them. 30 frames later, after hitting A, I power off and reset. And to prove that it works, we are right for the PC. And we still have Dragonair, Kabuto, and Omanyte in our party. Now it looks like everything's in order. So, Blue is gonna hurry up on outside and save their game. Oh yeah, go on a bike first. And, yeah, it looks like everything's in order. I'm impressed, it must have been difficult to do. I forgot to read I can't believe I forgot to read the 80 count first. Alright. Blue's done, so just waiting to power that thing off. Yep. And the rest of this episode will be all red version. Alright, so it's now all red version from here on out. I gotta quickly deposit Aerodactyl and then withdraw Charmeleon. I may just swap Charmeleon out for Mew in the next episode. Well, we'll wait and see. But that said, I believe that's it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. The larger its petals, the more toxic pollen it contains. Its big, has heavy, and hard to hold up. Mike Gordon, sign out.